hitchy coo. That's the thing that slew my groove. Put the blame on Mame, boys. Put the blame on Mame.
A question I'm asked almost every single day is she as charming in life as she is on the show? Yes, Arlene Francis is.
The attractive husband of Phyllis, Mr. Bennett, sir.
Well, you can see why theater arts, and it's my issue, on a piece in What's My Line, calls Arlene the flirtatious member of the panel.
Go, Miss Francis.
And Mr. X is so attractive, it's thrown me.
Because he'd be jolly to the children.
Royce, you look like Santa Claus.
He'd be pretty jolly for the adults. What do you think?
That makes you a darn good
He's
actor.
the toughest I think we've ever had. He buys and sells banks. He moves in, buys control of a bank merely for the purpose of selling it to somebody else.
Black Beaver, is that right?
That is my Cheyenne name. I'm a full-blooded Cheyenne Indian.
Full-blooded Cheyenne Indian, and you're known as Black Beaver.
Right.
All righty.
Black Beaver, I want you to think of me as white mink. Mr. Eagleston could have said for a minute that people would not enjoy his services, whatever they are. Just meeting him has been a pleasure, Mr. Eagleston.
Thank you, Neiman Marcus store, Miss Francis.
Oh, I hope he's in oil.
Mr. Blanche, because this is actually, don't feel bad about this. Mr. Lentz on his weekends is a professional goose caller for hunters. You want, I dare say, to hear a goose call.
I wanted to ask him if he would do one goose call because I feel like a goose.
Call me.
You get goose that way?
Try those muscles on the level.
No, I mean, I'm faking the whole thing.
Let me try them then.
They're terrific.
No, they're on the level, Bennett. He just wasn't giving you the treatment.
But you are primarily something other than an entertainer, is that correct?
Do you have anything to do with anything that might be considered a game?
No. Mr. Klein is a sewer cleaner. I'm afraid his good looks and his muscles kind of just get you all off on the wrong road.
We must start going into some sewers,
It
George.
must be more fun. You're so kind of well-built and everything. Does that have anything to do with your work, the way you move and
Sometimes,
your
yes.
strength?
Sometimes.
Does? Could I employ you?
Yes, you could.
Could Arlene?
Yes, she could.
We will.
Would...
Do you have to have any training for your job?
Yes.
Do you have to have formal education for your job?
Yes.
Do you have to be a lawyer in some way in your job?
Yes.
Are you a criminal lawyer of some kind?
No.
You led me on. That's not fair.
Well, I look at Mr. McMichael and think he should be associated with a product that is used by women, but I'm going to ask if it's a product used by men.
Yes. Yes, now this is a very difficult position. We're talking about the utilization of the product in the context of his services, and here men would be concerned and not women. So you go on from there, Miss Grant.
I'd be glad to.
What's the best number on the wheel, Mr. Bentler?
The winning number.
Very good, Mr. Bentley. Questioning with Arlene Francis.
Colonel, I don't know what you do, but I think you look too beautiful to work. Is it anything that I would put into my mouth?
Yes, indeed.
I would eat it or drink it?
You would eat it.
Thank you, Colonel. I know you're a Southern gentleman now.
You're much better looking than your pictures. And I can't remember the name. Does it begin with M?
Hello, Mr. Nadler. Where are you from?
Borough Park, Brooklyn.
Borough Park in Brooklyn. Borough Park in Brooklyn. Well, you said that with great firmness enough to go down and let the panel see you, please.
Natalie, nice to see you.
Cheer up, Mr. Natalie. You're going to enjoy it.
What your line may be. Miss Francis.
I think he plays professional football.
Mr. Block.
I think he sells headache powders to Giant fans.
Well, it's been nice seeing you, Tom.
Yes, it has been.
Miss Arlene Francis. Mr. Tommy Kellner.
Who gave it away?
Your shoulders, man.
Oh, brother.
You just couldn't do anything.
Tell him it was all in the coat. No, it isn't.
I
Really?
feel
Yes.
terribly about it. Really, I do. I'll come and watch you play. Where do you play? Who with?
The type of footwear you made specific mention of might well be connected with what it is that the sergeant is trying to do constructively while he wears the uniform of the United States Army.
I want to thank you, John
Well, perfectly all right. Is indeed Charlie Connolly's wife. Now, you just have your troubles beginning. See, you know that it's the famous Charlie Connolly's wife. And Mrs. Connolly, may I present my distinguished colleagues on the panel?
I like to think about Charlie Connolly's marvelous passes and that he made them first at you.
Eliminate the Marines, can't I?
Nobody can eliminate the Marines. Entertaining or amusing attached to what he does. Would he perform ever in an amusement park, for example, or an entertainment center?
Run the wind machine.
Tunnel of
Blows
Love.
up the skirts in the amusement park?
No, he guesses weight at an amusement.
I asked him what my weight was, and he said it's wonderful. Had it in my home, would it ever find its way into the bedroom or the... Everything in my home finds its way into the bedroom.
Sooner or later, yeah.
Is there some form of locomotion involved in this sport?
There certainly is.
Wow! Does it go fast?
Depends on what you think is fast. I'd say yes.
I have a feeling you know.
Is it something that I might use?
Yes, I think so.
Would you be able to tell from where you sit if I did?
No. I don't believe I would, John.
You're the expert. I'm not.
Out of doors at all?
Yes.
Would you wear it at night ever?
Yes.
What sport? I just wish I had one, whatever it is. What could that be? Is it possible that I already have one?
Yes.
It is?
Yes.
Has Dorothy got one?
That's all. I flipped.
Maybe it's to do with babies.
Well, you're getting close, but the time is
Baby,
done.
bib.
Mr. Knight buys maternity clothes.
Oh, it is a problem
Pretty
about
swanky.
you'd know it or you wouldn't know it, because if yours are very clever, you sometimes don't know it in the beginning. That is. And sitting behind a panel, especially. Mr. Whitney wears something other than what he wears now. Does it cover Mr. Whitney?
We...
I mean...
Question must be answered in the affirmative, Mr.
I'm sure get a yes for that one, huh?
That's much
You
more
sell hot
leading
dogs and
question
nudist
than I
colony?
No, what I really meant, Mr. Whitney, is that unlike it covering you briefly, it doesn't cover you longly.
Would you just like to
From
change the
stem
question?
to stern. Would it be considered a coverall? I can't get out. Is it something unlike a baby?
Like a baby.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, covers from stem to stern.
Would we...
You're from New York. Fine. Will you look at the panel? We don't have too much time, so we'll go by very quickly. You go by and come back with me. Here we go.
Well, that's
Whoa,
bad
come
luck
right
for
back
us.
here, Mr. Ellis. All right, let's give them their free guesses, which we will begin with Miss Kilgallen.
You always let the girls walk by.
Yeah.
I think he's a shirt model.
I think he's a runner-up for Mr. America.
And the panel can go away.
Yes.
Do you work at night?
Yes.
Are you connected?
I'm hypnotized. Good night, Bennett, sir.
Katie is president of Jackson and Perkins Company in Newark, New York. They're the world's largest rose growers, and they developed the Arlene Francis rose in 1956. Thank you very much.
Mame did a dance called the Hitchy Coo. That's the thing that slew my groove. Put the blame on Mame, boys. Put the blame